Yeah, I heard word around town, it's a poppin' out.
Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? It is the King Hitman here, and we got Goten and Trunks. Goodness, bro. I'm not re-rolling. I'm not re-recording. We got Goten and Gohan here, and I just wanted to show you guys the support memory for the Goku's family is active. I have not showcased their EZA yet. I'm very excited to see what they'll do. 267k to start off. Only 2 links active right there, so they don't need to be with grandpops. They'll be all right. We'll do this. Wow, turn 1 for the key definitely feels like it might be well, it's not an issue when you can turn it around and do that. What's their, it should be 25 crit, right? Or is it 30 crit? Yeah, 6 additional 30 crit, 1600 attack in the attack slots. You guys know, a lot of you guys are familiar with their EZA, so I don't really have to go over what they do. You guys know exactly what they do. I just want to do a simple showcase for them, showcasing what they're capable of in my own eyes. I've actually yet to fully watch a Goten and Gohan showcase. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna do it. And I just, now I'm able to do it, so I'm doing it as soon as, like, you know, like you see what I'm saying? So let's see what we're working with here. 8.6, basically 8.7 with the support from Bardock. That's not a low ground to start at all. That's perfectly fine with me. Like Gamma 2 would start lower than that. I'm pretty comfortable saying Cooler would start lower than that. Now they're at 10 million? Bro, wow. Now they're at 11. Oh, man. Remember, all of these super attacks are raising their defense? Goodness. They would have been at 16 million? They are on a 200%, of course, being Power of Wishes for Godku. Oh, that's incredible. Really the reason I'm recording this video, like I said, I haven't used or watched too much footage on them. I've just seen people's reviews, which isn't like that's not what I do this for, right? I want to see if they're a top 10 unit in the game. I know that sounds simple, but that's really what I'm here for. I want to see if they're a top 10 unit in the game. Speaking of top 10 units in the game, hey, how you guys doing? Alright, so here we are back again. No support. Like I said, the goal is I personally want to see if they're top 10, if they feel top 10 in a normal environment. Now, if you're wondering what fight we're in the Fighting Legendary Goku and Vegeta event. Shout out to the team, of course, as per usual. 342k defense. I usually wouldn't base my opinion on a unit. This is actually, yeah, this is kind of the first time I'm doing it. Yeah, it pretty much, I guess this is my initial showcase for them, so it still quite counts as the standard. But I usually wouldn't, first of all, let's focus. Let's heal back up, because we did take a lot of damage on that AoE. I don't need anything else. Okay, cool. What I was about to say is, I usually wouldn't form an opinion on this unit this late, because it feels like they're not fresh anymore. And I don't like my opinion being based on the private server, the ideal showcases. But I never did the showcase on this unit, so I'm not like using them over and over again to get the feel out. I'm using them for the first time right now. Now, what I mean by this is I don't take the unit, showcase them, and then take them all across the game's server content to see how they fare and then fare my opinion based on their ideal situations. Because yes, I can log in and log out of the game. Yes, I can reset my circumstances. I can do things like that with the private server. You know, make sure the units, okay, 530k is a lot. You got to be careful there, buddies. Sheesh. All right. Well, hey, yo, what's poppin', man? It's the King Hitman. You see, we got LR Goten and Gohan's EZA. This time around, I want to showcase them, period. I actually haven't done their video yet, and it's weird. It feels odd recording it this far after their initial release on JP. However, I want to have an opinion on them. I don't like having I don't feel like I have a fully fleshed out opinion on a unit I don't have on my account, unless I've seen a lot of footage on them, if that makes sense. Let's do this. We do need to make sure we're focused on getting them 24 key. I do think if we take a super attack, we might die. So this is a terrible turn 1, actually. Well, we'll put Godku there. Fine, whatever. I mean, 6 would have been nice, right? Okay, cool. So it's not cool, actually. If we die, you guys know why. But I want to have an opinion on them. And usually I wouldn't wait this long before showcasing their video. But the thing is, I don't want to have them be out for the next 4, 5, 6 months. And damn, can you dodge, bro? What is that? And not have any sort of opinion on them, or my opinion is based on everybody else's review of them, right? On Twitter, on Reddit, on whatever, these platforms. I need to make sure I say that I use them. I have to see how they feel. Basically what I'm looking for, right? 14 million is crazy. To start out is crazy. What I'm looking for, without fully gassing them or really meat riding, I guess is the best way to put it. Are they a top 10 unit in the game? Do they feel like a top 10 unit in the game as I'm using them? And for a turn one, I mean, how much lower could they get right now? Offensively, powerhouse, not much. There's no support. There's no support right now. So of course they can't get much lower than that on situations like that. It is very important you get them 24 key. You guys are familiar with them. I'm fairly familiar with them. I just didn't want to watch too many showcases on them. I didn't want to have an opinion before I got to use them. That's typically how I handle these units nowadays, since I do have access. Appreciate it. Shout out to the team, of course. Always appreciate them. But since I do have this privilege, I wanted to make sure I had the opinion for, like, I gotta make the most of it, right? I gotta have an opinion. You guys are just so happy, you know, I'm just so happy to be recording said opinion. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out if they're top 10, if they feel squishy at certain points in the game. Trying to figure out if they're not worth the hassle, if they're not worth. See, like, that's OD. Like, you got, yo, Goku, Vegeta, you're doing a lot, bro. Like, what is that? All right, we'll run that back. All right, let's try that again. By the way, I don't know if I said it, the support memory for Goku's family is going to be active this entire video. You guys know me. If it's applicable and it's permanent, I'm going to use it in the showcase. Now, that being, let's try this one more time. We are in the legendary, or not the legendary, just the Red Zone Frieza fight. Goodness. We're in the Red Zone Frieza fight. Of course, we're surrounded by Gokus. We want to make sure that's happening. I definitely should have saved those orbs for Gohan and Goten. I kind of tried them by doing that. Damn it. I thought it would fall better than that. Gohan and Goten's key sufficiency is very much helpful now, right? Them getting the 1+ key per type key sphere is really helpful. I wish it was just per orb. That would be really nice, but it's fine. It's I mean, beggars can't be choosers. They still have the +1 key per key sphere, or not per key sphere. Goodness, bro, what's going on? They get the +1 key up to 5 with each attack that they perform. They're really gonna be, later on in the fight, you're not gonna be worried about them getting their 18 key unless you're getting like 1 or 2 orbs in that run. Almost didn't get one there. 5 million. See how much lower that floor is? And that's just them with 15 key. I'm not too stressed about a turn like that. They didn't get to do anything. They didn't even get to get their ultra super attack, so I'm not too concerned. Now, the reason I feel the way I do, I guess I can talk through this segment while I give my opinion. The reason I feel the way that I do about this idea of, I don't have a fully formed opinion, as in I've played with them for hours and I know exactly where they're good at and where they're not, and based on my own personal experience, is because I don't want to be a player that, I feel like a lot of people go off of the calculations versus in-game applicability. How useful are you when I'm actually playing with you in any type of difficult content? Like, yeah, there's fights they're going to be good in, there's fights they're going to be bad in. They should be relatively good against AGL Broly's phase. Like, well, they will be good, right? They shouldn't take damage from pretty much anything he can do. However, they'll struggle against STR Broly's phase, right? They should be good against, I don't know, physical Metal Cooler Core, but they should struggle in the early phases if you're not able to lower the enemy's attack and defense. The Metal Cooler Core's attack and defense. They should be alright in there unless you get caught with a super. But yeah, they'll take damage from a super for sure. Well, a super would kill them, like, straight up. It's not a debatable. A super would make them lose their life. But then you also have a side of the community. I'm not trying to be anti-APT, but I usually don't see eye to eye with them on a lot of things. I feel like a lot of that is based on my numbers. This is how good they are in the game. Nah, I need more than that. I need you to show me that you can efficiently, I'm not talking about, oh, I did it 10 times. Goodness, the orbs, bro. What is this? Alright, fine. I mean, 212 keys in a row is crazy, right? I'm not tripping, am I? Okay, no. I don't feel like... If you hop in the event 100 times, you should be able to beat it like once or twice, as long as your team build isn't a bunch of SSRs, right? I like to find efficiency in how often I can run it. I determine a unit's ability to perform in difficult content based on how consistently I can officially beat the event. Even if I'm only using an item or two, how efficiently can I beat the event without you getting that much help? You getting that much, you know, suckage, I guess, like getting inflated, like I'm jockeying your case to make you look good for the event, and then I take a screenshot of the end of the run versus the 98 times they got hit by 3 normals. It took 80k from each normal, and now you're at like 30% HP, and it doesn't help your team at all, right? Like Int Cell would heal something like that back up. You kind of want to take a bit of damage with a unit like Int LR Cell. I think you guys get what I'm saying. I'm just talking my point and how I look at the game. I don't like a unit that I can only beat the difficult content a third of the times that I'm trying with them if I'm giving it my all. I want you to fit into the better versions of any given team that you're applicable to, and you're efficient, and I don't have to babysit you. You guys know, if you know me, bro, you know I hate babysitting a unit. Super 17, all iterations of Super 17 except the AGL one feel like units I gotta babysit. I can't stand that, bro. This is not good. I am getting packed up right now. This is making me mad. We're gonna put them in all those attacks to the next turn slot 1. That way Gohan and Goten can do their thing. I don't know why the orbs are not helping me right now. Godku, this is literally why you're here. Like, I bought you as my lead partially for your key sufficiency. Of course, Gohan and Goten are on at 200% if I didn't say it already. It's not the biggest deal. Like, standard should be 200%. That's another thing I care about when it comes to showcasing units. One thing you guys have hopefully noticed about me is I never take custom EZAs into the initial showcase. I don't take custom EZAs or custom units into the initial showcase unless it would have to be an extreme stretch. It would have to be like I'm really desperate to fill out the team, but they'd have to have absolutely no bearing on the unit that I'm showcasing. So for example, right now, this is a fully defaulted team. This is what they are officially. This is who they are. I wouldn't bring the custom physical Bardock EZA. I wouldn't bring the custom iterations of the 8-year LRs. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't, like, why would you do that if you're trying to showcase how good the unit is or is not? For that matter, speaking of how good they are and are not, we got to use the active skill right here, right? 374k defense is not that impressive. It is going to go up right after this. Oh my gosh, no, bro, that's not what we're looking for. That is not. We have to see the animation. Would anybody actually be opposed to them getting another Dokkan Fest? Or I ain't gonna front, I wouldn't be opposed to them getting another LR either. If it was just Super Saiyan 2 Gohan with an assist unit that, you see their defense did jump up, not a massive amount, right, but a notable amount to where the active skill does count as one of the attacks done. I just want to make sure everybody understands that. Of course, it activates that final attack 59% buff when doing the active or 24 key. I wouldn't be opposed to getting a Super Saiyan 2, like an AGL Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I mean, to go with this unit right now, who's doing 22 million, and I'm not even gassing it, bro. That Gohan in slot 3 is incredible, but he's a really good free-to-play unit. Yes, I consider World Tournament units free-to-play units. Even as a person that hates the World Tournament, even as a person that was free-to-play, I consider them free-to-play units. I just don't like the system. That's just me. Like, I hate the World Tournament. I do think it's the worst mode in the game. Two things can be true. Now, that's neither here nor there. I've been giving a lot of opinions in this video. I need a soapbox or something for Dokkan. Talk to me, man. Now, Gohan and Goten are definitely, this video didn't have to be long. They feel like a top 10 unit in the game. It's not I know their defense isn't peaking yet, which now they're going to be on turn 3 when we see them next time. I do want their defensive ability to be a bit higher. Personally, I wouldn't be opposed to giving them a bit of a defensive quip, because I mean, me taking off the 1600 attack equips they have right now, let's just say that they go from 21.4 million to like 19.8. But they have an extra, I'm gassing it, right? But they have an extra 40 or 60k defense. The way that they're not able to take normals right now from the harder bosses in the game pre-super, if I was more comfortable putting them in slot 1 every once in a while, even if it's a unit that's their type advantage against, or a boss they're type advantaged against, and I can put them in, and versus taking like 20 or I guess nowadays bigger numbers, right? So like, let's say I'm more worried about them taking 42k per normal attack that AGL enemy is doing versus 19k. That trade-off for that 1.3 million I was referring to with their super attacks is very much worth it to me. It's not always worth it, but the way that I'm phrasing it for you is how a lot of units work in the real application of playing difficult content. That trade-off can be worth it. Taking less damage from normals if your unit is not double-digit tanking can be very much worth it. Now 10k isn't really much to worry about, because like 10 or 15k typically isn't much to worry about, because nowadays units' defenses are so high, partially in part to the defensive equips, that they're so high you can heal it back with the orbs. So for example, just to prove my point a little bit, I guess I can do this. Why not? They'll be all right. I mean, they might die, but we're gonna heal back with the physical, the physical duo right now. 200k, just in case we take a super. I suppose I'll heal. Whatever. I mean, I don't feel like I need to. I do think that it won't be a super attack from Frieza, but that's a gamble. Like, that's an assumption. I have no proof. All right, let's see. See, look, like 17k. If exactly what I'm talking about. If I could cut that 17 or 18k, assuming I would have less HP, not all my units will be rainbow, right? Like, they're not going to be ideal like that. If I could cut that 19k down to 11k, that would make me feel a lot more comfortable with this unit. And that's type neutral versus Frieza is still a fairly difficult ball. Like, he's not crazy, but you see he hits very hard. I just needed a short little showcase for them. I wanted to show you guys my initial reaction to playing with them. Playing with them versus seeing calculations of them before they come out and seeing how they look pre-data download based on somebody's spreadsheet, or seeing Twitter posts where the person is either defiling the unit and putting negative propaganda out against them, or gassing the unit up and setting agendas to where they feel like, hey, this unit might be in contention for the best unit in the game. That's BS. Gohan and Goten are not on that level, but like, you get what I'm saying. There's always these extremists. I have to play for me. I think you should play for you. Form your own opinion. And I'm not saying listen, I can't act like everybody has access to the tools I have. But if you're a Dokkaner, it's fair to say that, like, I don't have a fully grounded opinion. I might have an opinion, but getting into red hot Twitter debates over these units that you actually haven't played with, or you've taken into a private server and you've played with them 100 times and you spammed Whis items or ghost ushers. I did it in this video because I'm not taking it that seriously. You spam Whis ushers and ghost items, and by the way, I don't think that they're perfect defensively. They actually let me down defensively. I just want to I'm thinking that. I didn't say that out loud yet. I do think it matters, like playing with them in normal global or normal JP environments. I don't want to have 100% of my opinion based on private servers. I don't have that. This is my initial showcase. Like I said, I don't use them too much before they drop in game on global. I don't care to farm them up on JP. I'm lazy. But it is the Young King Hitman. And Young Hitman, after, goodness, man, I had some things to get off my chest. I woke up in a bad mood, cuz it's only 8 a.m. What's going on? Hitman is off this.